Are you completely overwhelmed? Because no matter what you do, nothing ever bloody works. Because if that's you, don't worry, you're not alone. In fact, plenty of women I speak to every single day felt exactly the same before they found me. Overwhelmed, frustrated, and generally confused at what they need to do. So today, I'm going to show you a banger of a 30-minute workout that will get you in, get you done, get you feeling great, tone you up, help you drop fat, and honestly, feel amazing before the end of this year. And alongside that, I'm going to show you 4 tips that no one ever does and overlooks to help you drop fat. So by the end of this workout, you're going to have not only 4 exercises in a 30-minute banging workout, you're going to have a little checklist to guarantee results before the end of this year. And in case you've never met, my name's Clayton. I'm an online coach who's helped over 200 women drop fat and feel 10 times more confident about how they look and feel without restrictive diet or demonising pizza and wine. Because if you can't live your life on your own terms, you're existing, not living. Right, let's jump into the workout because this is generally one of my favourites. All right, so we're going to start with 10 minutes on the treadmill. Now, it can be any bit of cardio kit. I don't really care what it is. It can be treadmill, cross trainer, bike, rower, ski erg, whatever you prefer. Main point of this, it warms us up. We can get our music ready, which I've left my headphones behind. Have a couple of drinks of water. Shit, no water here. And just get the body ready for exercise. Now, main points here, you're not trying to beat yourself. Just get your heart rate to between 110, 130. Get you ready for exercise. And then after 10 minutes, we can crack on with the weights. First of all, we're going to start with the lat pull down. One of my favourite exercises, great for our back, arms, and actually helps us develop a slimmer looking waist when we strengthen our lats, which is always a nice little hack. So go for 3 sets of 10. Again, nice control, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, so you're not just slamming the weights into your face. Breathe out, breathe in, all right, for 10 reps. In between, we're going to have a 60-second rest, and that's when we're going to go for our very first tip. And there we go. All right, so tip number 1, needing to lose fat on our results blueprint for the end of this year is weighing your food. Now, everyone's always like, oh, but I don't want to weigh my food. And without it, you're just fucking guessing. You could be tracking some pasta, right? And weighing out, you know, having what you think is like 75 grams. When you actually weigh it, it's like 200 grams, which is almost treble the amount you think you're having. I know this firsthand because that's exactly what I was doing last year. I was guessing portions of pasta, wondering why I felt incredibly bloated, bought some scales for literally £3 off Amazon, weighed out what I normally was having. It was like 250 grams. Fucking my deficit. So you might not want to do it. It just takes 10 seconds a day, and I guarantee it will save your results. And that brings on to exercise number 2, the machine row. Great for working your back, your arms, and also creating the optical illusion on your waist that we all want to have a slimmer looking waist. So elbows in, grab the weights, grab the handles, put it back in towards so that handles go in line with chest, and then back in from there, okay? Again, 3 sets of 10, nice and easy, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out, okay? 10 reps. Again, you don't need to watch video or 10, so do one more just for a bit of fun. And then that's going to bring us into my favourite tip number 2. And that's really for 30 minutes before bed, which is going to shock a lot of you. Like, oh, why is that important? But it's because without proper amounts of sleep, without switching your brain off, you don't release enough melatonin, all right? Which is your sleep hormone needed to tell your body that it's ready to switch off and unwind and sleep, which helps you rest, recover, and go again the next day properly. If you don't get at least 6 hours of sleep a night, your body basically goes into a state of constant stress. Your cortisol goes really high, your leptin levels don't restock properly, which is your fullness hormone, and your ghrelin levels don't restock properly either, which is your hunger hormone. So you feel hungrier, you don't feel satisfied after every meal, and guess what, you feel stressed. So what happens the minute you get up? You crave shit food. So reading for half an hour before bed and getting off our phone stops the blue light from affecting our eyes. And you might go, oh, but you can turn the blue light off on your phone, which is true, but because you'll be going on Instagram, you're still producing, you know, emotions in your brain, which is going to stop that melatonin production actually happening. So breathe half an hour before bed, walk yourself drift into a deeper sleep, and I guarantee you, you will make better food choices and get better results. So it brings on to the next one, which is kettlebell reverse lunges. Now, first of all, when you pick the weights up, don't pick them up like an idiot. Bend the knees, squat down, pick them up sensibly, right? Not like this, which people do all the time. Fucking winds me up of like, oh no, pick the weights up, because that is how your back's gonna fuck up, all right? So squat down, pick the weights up, stand nice and tall, all right? From there, elbows in, shoulders back, chest up, one leg back, bend the knee, floor. Now, this is controversial. You can either touch the floor like you're doing high rocks, but I would always say slightly above the floor so that your muscles having to work a little bit harder. Controversial though, because every high rocks wanker will go, need to touch the floor. Fuck that. Then we swap the legs every time, all right? We're gonna go for 3 sets of 10 reps on each leg. Make sure that knee is just above the floor. Again, if you touch the floor, it's not like an instant fail or anything. Don't worry, it's not high rocks, but it just makes the movement that a little bit easier. If you struggle for mobility, then of course, by all means, touch the floor, okay? Now, I'm doing it with kettlebells. If you want to do it with dumbbells, cool. It honestly doesn't make a fucking difference, all right? We'll do one more each leg, and then, again, we're gonna rest for 60 seconds, which brings me on to tip number 3, which by the way is the best one ever, which is track your fucking calories. And I know, I can sense it, you're on your eyes at me through the screen, but before you hang up the video, just hear me out. You're weighing your food, right? You're increasing your sleep, but if you're not tracking your calories, why the fuck are you bothering weighing your food? You don't know what you're eating. Like, you could be sure weighing your pasta and stand back 5 croissants afterwards. Although if you haven't almond croissants, I'll forgive you because they are fucking amazing. But without working out your calorie deficit first of all, which should be your body weight in pounds times 10 to get your sustainable calorie deficit that isn't produced by MyFitnessPal, because MyFitnessPal deliberately fucks up your deficit and gives you restrictive calories because it's a dick, you won't be dropping fat. So you could be overeating these calories without even realizing. So do that calculation, times your body weight in pounds by 10, enter this into MyFitnessPal, whichever tracking app you use. Track what you're eating normally. Don't try and change the whole fucking world in one day. That's how you get overwhelmed. Instead, just track what you would normally eat. I guarantee you'll see things in there that are throwing you over your deficit within the first hour, 2 hours. And rather than stressing out and throwing your phone on the floor going, fuck this, nothing works, and then binge eating, just learn from it. No one's going to get results in the first day or two. It's going to be from over the weeks and months ahead. So if you can just pinpoint what are your more higher calorie items of food and can you either reduce or swap them out for something else, then we can focus on boosting our protein and all that other stuff. But for now, just having awareness around what we're actually eating is going to be getting you results. So that brings us on to the last exercise of this absolute bang of a workout, which is the barbell RDL, which stands for Romanian deadlift, but we just call it RDL because it's just easy, okay? Now, you usually do this in a squat rack with a barbell. All the squat racks are being used, and I don't want to get in everyone's way because it's quite awkward talking on camera in a gym, believe it or not. So we're going to do it off the floor, okay? Now, if you're doing it off the floor, again, like I said before, bend the knee, bum back, chest up, pick it up properly, right? Otherwise, you'll hurt your back. If you'd rather do it with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, that's fine with me. Probably a little bit easy to pick up, to be fair. So you go feet shoulder width, slight dip in the knees, right? From there, imagine now you're pushing your bum back and chest towards the floor rather than just leaning down, all right? You want to stop, honestly, the moment you feel a slight stretch in your hamstring, tucking chin into your chest, up from there. Usually for me, because I have really bad hamstring ability, believe it or not, it would be for me that I'm feeling it really just above my shin, all right? If you're going any lower than that, honestly, you're taking all the pressure up your hamstring and glutes into your back, which we don't want to do, all right? Again, 3 sets of 10 reps, all right? Nice controlled, looking down all the way rather than up, tucking that chin right into your chest. Start bend the knee, push your bum back, chest forward, all right? It's really easy to just go, oh, I'm gonna lean forward and do that, but you can see now my back taking a battering, right? Bend the knee, bum goes back, and then push your bum back and let your chest naturally lower towards the floor. You can tell as well from my breathing that my hamstrings are even on this weight feeling it. So, imagine I've done 10 reps because otherwise life is far too short to watch a sweaty random guy on YouTube do some exercise. Brings us on to our last and final tip, tip number 4, increasing your steps. And again, you're gonna roll your eyes at me, but it doesn't need to be as many as 10K steps a day. If you're someone that works in an office, it's generally quite sedentary and your average step count on your watch is 2,000 steps a day, it's probably not realistic you're gonna go from 2,000 to 10,000 overnight, okay? So in this instance, increase your steps by anything from 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day. So if you do 2,000, go to 3/4,000, all right? This is doubling your daily steps, which then means that you've got a higher calorie burn, okay? Now, this increases our NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which in fancy terms is basically all the shit we do that isn't formal exercise, such as resistance training or running, such as walking your kids to school, walking to the shops, picking the shopping up, carrying baby from hip to hip, all this sort of stuff, right? It all burns calories. And of course, the less time you're spending sitting and the more time you're spending moving, means the more productive we're being towards achieving our goals. So as well as the other 3 things, rather than stressing about, I must hit the gym 5 times a week, because it's pointless. If you do it that many times, you've got the fuck all steps. Why don't we start thinking, let's increase those steps by 1,000 a day, stick to that for a week, and then can I increase them a little bit more? Guarantee you'll get much further and much closer to your goals doing that than doing what you're doing right now. And there we have it, a really simple and effective 30-minute gym workout with 4 simple things to build your checklist for 2026 results by the end of this year, which honestly was as simple as weigh your food, track your calories, read 30 minutes before bed, and add some extra steps to your day. Nothing complicated, nothing restrictive, nothing confusing, nothing overwhelming, and nothing misery inducing. So if you want to see more simple fat loss tips like this with a workout or 2 thrown in here and there, then I'd love if you drop me a subscribe so I can show more women just like you how to break free from the toxic fad diet cycle that has been keeping you stuck for years and years. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on the next video.